Now, you going to Florida, I know you took visits to a lot of schools. You know what I'm saying? And they was recruiting, I know your parents were recruiting the school while they was recruiting you. What was the biggest deciding factor, for you choosing Florida? You know what I mean? What was that like? The coaching, the culture, because obviously you had to do some research yourself too.
I mean, my recruitment process, it was nothing but a blessing, being in the 8th grade and receiving my first offer from Syracuse, and then soon from Syracuse to Miami, and then, played a little bit of my freshman year, and then Georgia, the big one, boom.
Oh, they came.
Boom, Georgia.
Before I end up, I like that coach from Syracuse. You know what I'm saying? I know that had to be tough that you.
Yeah.
That was tough. I just wanted to say that. I really like him.
He wasn't there though.
No, he wasn't. But I love everything
Okay.
he stands for. Like the things that he touched on, like he hit it on the head.
You probably would have committed there.
Yes, sir.
Oh, because he was at Georgia at the time, right?
Yes, sir. He was at Georgia.
See?
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
And then you heard you just said Georgia. Don't miss it.
Yeah, bro. That's RBU. But nah, go ahead and finish out.
Those were like the first schools, right? Mark's going into his senior season while I am a sophomore, and this is a time when Mark and Brandon committed to Ohio State. Yeah. Ohio State running back coach came down for the spring, and
Lachlan?
No, that's not Lachlan. Coach.
He ended up at Michigan.
He's at Michigan.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Coach Tony Alfred.
Alfred.
Coach Tony Alfred came down and he fell in love with me, and from then and there, me and Coach Alfred, we was like this. I'm talking to him almost every other day, really just picking his brain. I'm at Ohio State. Brandon's up there. He's living up there, so I'm living with Brandon. I'm up there for weeks at a time, spending time with them guys, building that relationship, that bond, and so me and him, we ended up getting close and all that stuff. But my parents kept telling me, that don't have to be the be all, say all. See, my mom always told me, don't be loyal to a fault, because that's just how I was brought up. Yeah. I'm on a team, I'm with that team, I'm sticking with that team. Yeah. I was at Miramar, I stuck with Miramar. I was at Heritage, I played at Heritage for 5 years. Like, don't be loyal to a fault. So with me visiting Ohio State, I had to go visit other schools. I wasn't really interested in it, I'll be honest, I wasn't really interested in it, but I had to do my due diligence. I had to go see the Georgias, the Miamis, the Florida State, the University of Florida. I really had to go visit it all before I could make that ultimate decision, but something always held me back from Ohio State, and I don't know why. It was just something in my heart. Something always held me back from that place, so I never ultimately decided on that. Going into my junior year, I had a great junior season. I wasn't getting highly recruited by FSU because everybody in the country believed I was going to Ohio State. Just off of the amount of time that I spent up there, the relationship that I built. Like, Ohio State was everything. They was top schools in the country. Yeah. Every year, the Ohio State is gonna be a top school in the country every year. Every year. It don't matter what year it is. Every year they gonna produce somebody. They gonna produce somebody. But Coach Pat Surtain, he was my head coach when I was in the 8th grade. Going into my 10th grade year, Coach Pat left and he went to Miami. Dolphins. He was a cornerback coach at the Dolphins, but it's so crazy that he only was there for a year. He ended up going to Florida State. So boom, Coach Pat calls me. I'm going into my junior summer. I'm training. I'm working out. I'm pumping iron. I'm in the weight room. Never did 7-on-7. None of that stuff. I'm like,
say it louder. Let people in the back.
I remember. Never did 7-on-7.
Never did what?
Never did 7-on-7. I was pumping iron. I was in the weight room. I was on the track, and I remember I seen you touch on that. That's why I said that. I never played 7-on-7. I was in the weight room. I was on the track every day. Like, my body started to develop. I started to change, and my mind changed too. Training and with NFL guys like Sonny Michel, Khalil Herbert, the great backs coming down and training, my mind changed too. So now Coach Pat calls me and he says, I need you to come to Florida State, come check it out. Go up there, check it out. I'm talking about I fell in love.
It's Tallahassee.
I fell in love.
Glad you didn't go.
Like it I was gonna get the best of both worlds. You know, I'm going to a PWI, but also get that HBCU experience.
yeah.
That's everything a black man could. I'm talking about. I'm playing the PWI.
Yeah.
But outside, okay, cool. I'm
around my
myself.
people.
I don't have to put on a facade. I don't have to put on two faces. I can just be
Felt
myself.
right, yeah.
And that was something that's why like Florida State was really one of them ones for me where I was comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, but I didn't commit. I took all my official visits. I went to Miami, Georgia, Wisconsin. I love Coach Spalding. Shout out to Coach Spalding too. Like great coach, probably one of the best running back coaches in college football. Very detail oriented, very like intense. I love Coach Spalding. Like if I kid you not, I think if Coach Spalding was at any other school, probably near the South.
Yeah. You'd end up going to.
I probably would have played for Coach Spalding. So shout out to Coach Spalding. But went to Florida State, and you know I went to Miami. Love Miami. Coach Cristobal, what they're doing down there, but it just wasn't the right fit for me.
Understood.
And you know, you going through that process, you got to know it's not what's the best fit for mommy, daddy, auntie, grandma, cousins, friends, teammates.
Yeah.
It's what fits for you. Because at the end of the day, you got to be there. You got to go through them classes. You got to go through them workouts.